People expect a lot from me. You gotta be concentrated for every game because you're trying to win every game.
Here's Luka. It's gone! A Doncic dagger!
Second to none. Best of the best, woman, best yet to come.
Wow, what a pass by Doncic. There's the triple-double for Luka.
I'm just trying to have fun with the game. That's when I best play, and that's my key.
Jason Kidd and Luka Doncic could be a match made in heaven. Not only does Kidd have experience as a player in Dallas, bringing home the title in 2011, but in terms of style of play, Kidd was known for dishing out dimes at his time, something Luka knows a thing or two about. Here's Kidd.
My job is to give him the answers to the test, and his job is to execute that on the floor. And so he does that at a very high level, not just with the Mavs, but with also his national team. And so I think we're all excited to have this opportunity to be around him.
Max, what do you think? Do you see this Luka-Kidd partnership working out?
Yeah, sure. I think it could go well, but I don't think coaching was the problem with Dallas to begin with. Like, the issue for me with Dallas is they don't have a good enough second banana. And understand, I think Porzingis could have been an amazing player, and he is very good. But every year he's recovering from injury, just trying to get back to where he was the previous year. So he never gets to develop any better than he's already been. And frequently he's not even that. That's the problem. Stephen A., a lot of times people don't even realize why they're mad at stuff, why they're upset. And I realize a lot of the reporting has been, well, actually, there's this issue with the coach or the personalities or he's been there too long or whatever, and therefore now things aren't good. I think here it works the other way. They're not winning enough because they're not good enough. And then you start to see stuff crack. But if you look at the Mavs offense, Stephen A., the Mavs on offense the last couple years, everyone's right where they're supposed to be. You go, that's why 2 years ago they had the most efficient offense of all time. Not because they had the best team or the greatest players. They were extremely well coached on offense. So Kidd could work out, sure. But ultimately, will it work out? Will they win a championship? Not unless Porzingis stays healthy or they get a second banana who can.
Well, Max, let me take off the opinionated hat and just give you the intel, okay? And I'm not debating or refuting anything that you say. I'm just providing information. Number one, everybody knows that Rick Carlisle is a great coach, X's and O's wise. The problem is that his relationship with Luka Doncic wasn't ideal. Now, Rick Carlisle could deny that. Luka Doncic can deny it. I'm here to tell you, I'm giving you the facts. It wasn't ideal. Now, in large part, that was due to Luka Doncic because Luka Doncic is very emotional. He was a league leader in technical fouls issued against him. He was considered a bit prima donna-ish and somebody that, obviously the Dallas Mavericks have a difficult time reining in because they're petrified. They know he's the franchise, and they're petrified of him not signing their extension. Even though they fully expect him to do so, they're still scared until it's actually done, okay? And when you look at Rick Carlisle and the relationship that he had, this was a guy that he couldn't control. And certainly when you have Mark Cuban listening to that dude from Europe that the article was written about weeks ago, I don't recall his name, forgive me for that, but that guy's had a profound impact because he's had the ear of Mark Cuban, which ultimately led to Donnie Walsh.
You're talking about Bob Voulgaris?
I believe so.
Voulgaris
yes.
is from here. He's a gambler from here.
I apologize.
Yeah.
That's right. He's from here. You're absolutely right. I apologize for that. He's from here. But the point is that with Mark Cuban, he has his ear. And that Donnie Walsh is gone after 24 years as a GM in large part because of that. Rick Carlisle has departed as well, even though he was hoping to get the Milwaukee job. But we now see that Mike Budenholzer probably ain't going anywhere. That's why he took the Indiana job for $29 million. And I'm very, very happy for him. So that's one point. The other point is that Jason Kidd has to be careful because Jason Kidd once coached in Brooklyn. That didn't end up in an ideal fashion. He departed from Milwaukee in less than ideal fashions. This is probably his last chance as a head coach. He better not mess this up in terms of relationships within the organization. And the reason why coaching here is so important is because the Dallas Mavericks haven't won more than 42 games in the season over the last 6 years, Max, even though this past season, when they won 42, give them credit where it's due because they did it in 72 games in a 72-game season instead of an 82-game season. But what people are looking at And what people have taken notice of is that you got a well-respected and well-renowned owner in Mark Cuban. You had a great coach in Rick Carlisle who won a championship a decade ago, even though he hadn't gotten out of the first round since. Okay? You play in a city like Dallas, a metropolis, and a state like Texas with no state income taxes, and you couldn't get any marquee free agents. Everybody was paying attention to that. So now that Jason Kidd comes here, what you have is a guy who's a point guard, and a lot of these guys that are point guards who really, really know the game and know how to think the game end up showing the potential to be great coaches. Jason Kidd also has a history as a developmental guy, him and his team. You know, Giannis is, they're credited with a lot of the development that Giannis displayed in his years where Jason Kidd was coaching him. And even though Luka's got that game with him already, it's expected that Jason Kidd would only make it better. But the key thing, the two key reasons why Jason Kidd got this job, outside of Dirk Nowitzki obviously vouching for him along with others, that definitely helped because Dirk Nowitzki now has a voice and he's in Mark Cuban's ear as well. Dirk Nowitzki matters. The key is that A, he's believed to be somebody who can cultivate the right relationship with Luka Doncic. That Luka Doncic is going to be receptive to receiving what Jason Kidd brings to him. And number two, Jason Kidd is going to be seen as a considerably better recruiter than Rick Carlisle potentially. Because a lot of people want Luka Doncic gone. I'm sorry, not Luka Doncic. I'm sorry, Kristaps Porzingis. Because Kristaps Porzingis is not seen as having the greatest relationship with Luka Doncic. A matter of fact, some people have accused him of being jealous. I haven't spoken to these guys, so I don't know this to be true. I'm telling you what I'm hearing from my sources in Dallas. That's what's going on. Porzingis probably needs to go. They probably need to utilize him to get a bona fide secondary option because he seems to be somebody that's jealous of Luka Doncic and resentful of the cachet he has compared to Porzingis, and that's partly what's going on. Mark Cuban and those guys may deny it. They can do that all they want to. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying this is the noise that's circulating out of Dallas.
What you're hearing.
Porzingis would have stayed healthy. They'd be in the final. If he'd been healthy the last couple of years, I think they'd be in the finals right now. But that's the way the cookie crumbles.
That's 2 years ago. But this past year, his jealousy was considered more problematic than his game.
Interesting. All right, we'll leave it there. When we come back, there's a team out there that folks think will get the best of Stephen A's Steelers and Lamar's Ravens. Yes, we are talking Browns and whether they'll take the AFC North. Marcus Spears back the rest of the way.